Fear has stopped more dreams than failure ever will. Not because people are incapable, not because they lack potential, but because fear convinces them to stay still, to wait, to hesitate, to doubt themselves. And maybe you know exactly what that feels like. Wanting change, but feeling paralyzed, knowing what you should do, but avoiding action. Feeling the weight of possibility while fear keeps pulling you backward. And the hardest part? Fear often sounds reasonable. It tells you to be careful, to wait for certainty, to avoid risk. But while you keep waiting for the perfect moment, your life keeps moving, and opportunities disappear. Most people believe courage means not feeling fear, but real courage is action despite fear, because fear is natural. Every human being experiences it. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty, fear of not being enough. And if you wait to feel fearless before acting, you may never move. That's why so many people remain trapped in the same life, not because they don't want more, but because fear became stronger than action. And over time, inaction becomes identity. You stop trusting yourself. You stop taking risks. You stop believing change is possible. And slowly, you settle for a smaller version of life. Maybe you've experienced this yourself. Maybe there were opportunities you didn't take, words you never said, dreams you abandoned, goals you postponed, not because they didn't matter, but because fear convinced you to stay comfortable. And comfort can become dangerous, because comfortable fear feels safe. It protects you from embarrassment, from rejection, from uncertainty, but it also protects you from growth, from transformation, from becoming who you were meant to become. And the painful truth is this: your future cannot change while your fear controls your actions, because growth requires movement, risk, discomfort, faith, and maybe the life you want is waiting behind the very fear you keep avoiding. The Stoics understood something powerful about fear. Fear itself is not the enemy. Avoidance is, because fear grows when you run from it, but it weakens when you face it. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," and that sentence explains so much. Because many of the things people fear never actually happen, but the mind creates scenarios, disasters, failure, humiliation, pain. And eventually, people become prisoners of possibilities that do not exist. The Stoics believed courage was not emotional. It was rational, a decision. The decision to act despite uncertainty, to move despite fear, to continue despite discomfort. Because strength is not built by avoiding life, it's built by confronting it. And maybe the courage you need is not dramatic. Maybe it's simply taking the next step, even while afraid. Think about how much of your life has been shaped by fear. The opportunities you avoided, the risks you refused, the conversations you postponed, the version of yourself you never fully became. And maybe nobody ever taught you this. Confidence does not come before action. It comes after action. People wait to feel ready. But readiness is built through movement, through experience, through discomfort. And every time you avoid fear, your mind becomes weaker. Because avoidance teaches your brain, this is dangerous. But every time you move despite fear, your mind changes. You begin proving to yourself that you can survive uncertainty, that you can handle discomfort. That fear does not control you anymore. And maybe that's the transformation you need most, not the absence of fear, but freedom from its control. Imagine becoming someone who acts despite fear, someone who stops waiting for certainty, someone who trusts themselves enough to move forward anyway. That changes everything, because courage creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. Every small action builds confidence. Every difficult step builds strength. Every moment of courage changes identity. And maybe your next level in life begins the moment you stop negotiating with fear. Because fear will always find reasons to keep you small. But growth demands movement. And movement requires trust. Trust that even if things become difficult, you will adapt. You will survive. You will continue. Because stronger people are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make decisions for them. So how do you act despite fear? First, stop waiting for certainty. Life will never give complete guarantees. There will always be risk, uncertainty, possibility of failure, but waiting forever only strengthens fear. Second, take small actions consistently, because courage grows through repetition. The more you face discomfort, the less control it has over you. And remember this, you do not need massive confidence to begin. You only need willingness, willingness to move, willingness to try, willingness to continue despite fear. Protect your mindset, because fear speaks loudly inside the mind. It creates doubt, excuses, delay. But discipline helps you move anyway. Faith helps you move anyway. Purpose helps you move anyway. And eventually, action becomes stronger than fear. Your future will not change while fear controls your actions. At some point, you must decide. Will fear continue leading your life, or will courage finally take control? Because every meaningful transformation requires risk. Every important step requires uncertainty. And every stronger version of yourself is built through uncomfortable action. You do not need perfect confidence. You do not need complete certainty. You do not need fear to disappear. You only need to move, one step, then another, until the life that once felt impossible slowly becomes real. Never forget, you're stronger than you think. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to the channel and comment, what fear do I need to face? Because courage begins the moment you stop allowing fear to decide your future. And this is only the beginning.